Welcome, God's chosen ones. Have you ever felt like the world was holding its breath, as though all of creation was waiting for something extraordinary to happen? When God declares, "Enough," it is not merely a word, it's a heavenly command that echoes through the universe, disrupting everything that tried to hold you back. Imagine the angels standing at attention, the heavens parting, and the stage of your life being prepared for something far greater than you've ever experienced. For too long, you've carried invisible burdens, endured trials that no one else could understand, and walked a path where your light was dimmed. But now, God Himself is stepping in. This is your moment. This is your breakthrough. Think about it. How many times have you felt like you were waiting for something to shift? That something powerful was just beyond your reach? Today, God is saying, enough of the waiting, enough of the struggle, enough of the silence. He's elevating His chosen ones to a level that no one, not even your biggest critics, can deny. The light He has placed within you is about to shine brighter than ever, and those who underestimated you will be left speechless. This divine shift isn't just about changing your circumstances, it's about transforming your entire life. The trials you've faced have prepared you for this very moment, and what's ahead is far greater than anything you've imagined. If you're ready to step into this new season of elevation, declare it boldly by commenting 999 below. And to those who have supported this journey through super thanks, your kindness and faith are deeply appreciated. Your generosity makes these moments of inspiration possible. As we embark on this journey together, ask yourself, what does it truly mean when God says, enough? What happens when His divine timing aligns with your destiny? Stay with us, because the answers will not only awaken your spirit, but prepare you for a transformation that will ripple through every area of your life. The wait is over. The moment is now. Let's uncover the fullness of God's plan and the unstoppable power of His timing. This is just the beginning, and it's going to be life-changing. God's chosen ones, God said enough. He will elevate you to a totally new level. Number 1, a true reset to elevate without limits. When God declares enough, it's not just a simple command, it is a divine reset. It's a clear declaration that the time for limitation and restraint is over. This is a powerful moment of renewal and release, where God is giving His chosen ones the permission to step into the fullness of their purpose without looking back. For many of God's chosen, life has often been a cycle of giving without receiving, carrying burdens that were never theirs to carry, and constantly putting others' needs above their own. They've been the pillars for others, calm in the storm, the ones everyone turns to when trouble strikes. Yet, despite all this, their own dreams, aspirations, and growth have been placed on hold, often buried under the weight of responsibility. But now, with God's powerful enough, this endless cycle is being broken. This divine message marks the end of perpetual self-sacrifice. The chosen ones are being called out of survival mode, a place where they've spent far too long, into a season of true purpose and fulfillment. This elevation is not just a spiritual shift, it is practical, profound, and designed to move them forward in all aspects of life. Imagine a life where you no longer feel the need to constantly compromise, where the weight of others' expectations and demands no longer hold you back. This is the reset that God is offering, the chance to break free from the never-ending cycle of sacrifice. Think back for a moment. Have you ever felt like you've been giving everything of yourself without ever taking a moment for your own growth or happiness? God is saying, enough. This is the moment you've been waiting for, where all your past experiences, all your silent endurance, have prepared you for this very point. It is now time to stop dimming your light to make others feel comfortable. The time for hesitation is over. God is elevating you, not just to inspire and uplift others, but to fully step into the person you were always meant to be. This reset is about confidently embracing your calling. It's about no longer apologizing for your success, your light, your unique gifts. You've spent years working in silence, learning lessons, and honing skills behind the scenes. Now it's time to share those gifts with the world. The world has been waiting for you to step into this new role, and God is giving you the green light to claim it, without guilt, without hesitation. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to stop hiding your talents, to stop worrying about what others think, and just embrace your full potential? Well, this is the moment to do just that. God is calling you to rise, not shrink. You're not meant to stay small or play it safe anymore. It's time to be the leader, the influencer, the difference maker you were always destined to be. This is not a time for second guessing, but for standing tall and claiming your divine purpose. God is saying, enough waiting, enough hiding. The world is ready for the real you. Step into that truth today and begin to elevate without limits. The reset has already happened. It's time to embrace it. The journey ahead will require faith, boldness, and a willingness to finally prioritize your purpose above all else. Are you ready to rise? Number 2, a spiritual exile that turns you into a leader. For many of God's chosen, the journey has been marked by periods of isolation, rejection, and a sense of being set apart, even when it was the last thing they wanted. They've often been misunderstood, excluded, or even ridiculed for being different, for their intensity, or for their unwavering devotion to something greater than themselves. But this isolation wasn't a random occurrence or a punishment. It was a divine preparation, a spiritual exile meant to shape them into something rare and powerful. God's hand has been at work in the silence, crafting leaders who are not swayed by the opinions of the crowd or pressured by societal expectations. Consider the story of Moses. He spent 40 years in the desert, away from Egypt, in exile, seemingly forgotten. But it was there, in that isolation, that God prepared him for the monumental task of leading the Israelites out of slavery. God spoke to him from a burning bush, giving him the confidence and strength to return to Egypt and lead a nation. Exodus 3-10 tells us, "So, now, go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt." Moses' years in the desert were not wasted. They were essential in shaping him into the leader God needed him to be. Think about it. What does it take to truly lead? To stand strong, unwavering in the face of adversity? It takes more than charisma or popularity. It takes a foundation that is built in solitude, a deep-rooted sense of purpose that comes from knowing who you are and why you're here. This is precisely what the chosen ones have been given during their time of exile. While others were caught up in the noise and distractions of life, the chosen ones were in the quiet, being refined, tested, and strengthened. Isn't it often in the times of solitude that we grow the most? When there's no one around to distract or influence us, we're forced to confront our deepest fears, dreams, and insecurities. God uses these moments to build resilience, fortify the spirit, and sharpen the mind. Think about David, who spent years in the wilderness, running from Saul, yet it was in that time of rejection and solitude that he grew into the king God had anointed him to be. He learned to trust in God's provision and leadership, even when all seemed lost. In the 1 Samuel 22:1-2, it says, "David left Gath and escaped to the cave of Adullam. When his brothers and his father's household heard about it, they went down to him there. All those who were in distress or in debt or discontented gathered around him, and he became their commander. These moments of isolation, just like David's, set the chosen ones apart. It is in these quiet places that God prepares them to lead, not for fame or fortune, but with a wisdom and inner strength that can only come from walking alone with Him. They come out of the fire with a refined purpose, having been made stronger through the silence. Have you ever felt like you were alone in your struggles, like you didn't quite fit in with those around you? God often uses these times to prepare His leaders. Even Jesus, before beginning His public ministry, spent 40 days in the wilderness, isolated and tested, preparing spiritually and physically for the calling ahead. Matthew 4:1-2 says, "Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted by the devil. After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry." This preparation is not just about getting by, but about being equipped with the resilience and strength needed for the call ahead. The chosen ones have learned to stand firm on their own, relying not on the opinions of others, but on the strength that comes from knowing their divine calling. Their time in solitude wasn't wasted. It was the foundation for their leadership. Now, as they step forward into the world, their presence is undeniable, not because they're loud, but because they carry an energy that others can't ignore. There is an intensity about them, a quiet power that commands respect and attention. This elevation isn't about needing followers. It's about inspiring others by being fully, unapologetically, and confidently themselves. Just as Elijah stood alone against 450 prophets of Baal, not seeking the approval of the masses, but standing firm in his faith and the power of God, the chosen ones will lead in a similar way. 1 Kings 18:36-37 says, "At the time of sacrifice, the prophet Elijah stepped forward and prayed, 'Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known today that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant, and have done all these things at your command.'" This is the beauty of the divine exile. God has turned what once seemed like isolation into a strength. Those who have endured the silence, the rejection, and the loneliness are now stepping into their roles as leaders, equipped with the wisdom that only comes from walking through fire. They've learned to rely on God, to trust in His timing, and to develop a deep inner strength that cannot be shaken. When they rise not as followers of trends, but as leaders who will guide others with a steady hand and a vision that is grounded in their purpose. Are you ready to embrace the power that comes from your own journey of isolation and growth? When God calls you out of exile, He is not just calling you to step into a leadership role. He's calling you to become the kind of leader that the world needs. Someone who can stand tall, unshaken by the noise, and lead with the kind of wisdom that can only come from walking through fire. The time for solitude has shaped you. Now, the time for leadership has arrived. Number 3, inverting the power structure. No more silent suffering. For far too long, the chosen ones have carried the weight of the world in silence. They've endured struggles, battles, and heartaches that few could even imagine, all without complaint. They've been misjudged, underestimated, and even ignored, simply because they didn't feel the need to boast about their achievements or abilities. Instead, they chose humility, restraint, and selflessness, often putting others' needs ahead of their own. They quietly blended into the background, not because they lacked strength, but because they believed their actions spoke louder than their words. They had the power to lead, but chose the path of quiet service, watching others take the spotlight while they stayed hidden in the shadows. But now, God is declaring that the days of silent suffering are over. The era of being unseen and overlooked has reached its limit. Isaiah 61 says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." This is the moment when the chosen ones are no longer going to remain in the background, hidden from the world. God is calling them to step forward and claim the position they've always deserved, a position where their influence can be felt and recognized. It's not about being loud or boastful. It's about fully embracing the power they've always carried inside them. God is saying, enough of the silence, enough of staying small. It's time for you to rise. This elevation is not about putting others down, but about lifting themselves up without apology. It's no longer about dimming their light to make others feel more comfortable. Matthew 5:14-16 reminds us, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." The chosen ones are now being called to let their true selves shine, to use their gifts and talents in a way that can't be ignored. They are being elevated to a place where their influence will be undeniable, where their wisdom and strength will be acknowledged, and where they can finally walk in their full potential. Have you ever felt like you had to hold back your greatness, like you needed to keep your light dimmed so others wouldn't feel threatened or uncomfortable? That era of self-suppression is over. It's time to step into your purpose with confidence and strength. God is saying, enough of the silent endurance. It's time to rise. This elevation means shedding the weight of others' expectations and limitations. Galatians 5:1 tells us, "It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery." The chosen ones are now stepping into a new freedom, free to walk in their truth, free to embrace their worth, and free to use their power without guilt or hesitation. They no longer need to shrink themselves to fit into others' molds or second-guess their worth. This is their moment to rise with purpose, authority, and confidence. The world has waited long enough for their light to shine. Now, the time has come. Those who once underestimated the chosen ones will be stunned by the depth of their potential. They will realize that they were always in the presence of greatness, just as David, when anointed by Samuel, was underestimated by his family and the world around him, yet went on to become a king and a man after God's own heart. 1 Samuel 16:11-13. The chosen ones are about to step into a place of recognition they've always deserved, leaving those who doubted them in awe. No more silent suffering, no more shrinking back. This elevation is about letting the world see the fullness of who they are. Psalm 139:14 says, "I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well." The chosen ones are finally stepping into that reality, embracing who they are in God's eyes without apology. They are ready to walk in their divine purpose, confidently answering God's call with the strength, wisdom, and authority He has given them. The era of being unseen is over. The era of silent endurance is over. God has declared enough, and now the chosen ones are answering the call boldly, unapologetically, and with the power they were always meant to carry. Are you ready to rise and embrace your true power? The world is waiting. Number 4, unyielding standards as a form of spiritual integrity. As the chosen ones rise, they are not becoming more pliable or accommodating. Instead, they are sharpening their standards to an unbreakable level. These new boundaries aren't just about personal comfort. They are a sacred protection of their purpose, a manifestation of spiritual integrity that cannot be compromised. They will no longer tolerate anything that threatens their elevation, whether it's negative energy, toxic relationships, or situations that don't align with their higher calling. Compromising these standards would feel like a betrayal to everything they've worked for, everything they've endured, and everything they are meant to become. This unyielding approach is a reflection of their deep understanding of their own value and mission. They've learned through trials and tribulations that allowing people or situations that don't honor their growth can pull them backward, causing them to lose focus and dilute their power. Now, with this elevation, they understand that their journey is too precious to be swayed or distracted. Every relationship, every opportunity, and every action must pass through the filter of their higher purpose. If it doesn't serve that purpose, it's out. No second chances, no compromises. The beauty of this shift is that it doesn't come from a place of arrogance or superiority. It's rooted in self-respect and spiritual alignment. The chosen ones know who they are, and they know that their worth is not up for negotiation. They won't settle for anything that doesn't support their growth and their mission. Those who truly align with them will respect these boundaries because they'll understand that this unyielding standard isn't about exclusion, but about protecting the sacred work they are meant to do. This level of spiritual integrity demands respect, and only those who are on the same frequency will remain. The rest will either fall away or shift to meet the chosen ones at their elevated level. In the end, these boundaries serve to elevate the chosen ones even further, ensuring they stay on track and don't lose sight of their divine purpose. It's their very essence. This purpose is not something that can be swayed or derailed by external forces. It is their North Star, guiding them through even the darkest moments with unwavering clarity. Where others may struggle to find direction, the chosen ones move with an absolute certainty that they are walking the path they were born to follow. What makes this purpose so powerful is that it has been forged through adversity. The trials they've endured, the betrayals they've faced, and the moments of doubt they've conquered have all served to strengthen their resolve. They are no longer influenced by the opinions or judgments of others. They no longer feel the need to seek validation or approval from the outside world. Their confidence is no longer fragile. It's unshakable because they know their mission is divine, unchangeable, and irreplaceable. And with this purpose comes an undeniable power. It's the kind of power that radiates from within, drawing people to them who recognize the strength in their clarity. The chosen ones will find that they are no longer just living for themselves. They are living to fulfill something much greater than personal success or fleeting achievements. Every decision, every action, and every thought is now aligned with that purpose, making them unstoppable. This elevation is not just about achieving personal goals or gaining recognition. It's about stepping into a role in the universe that only the chosen ones can fill. The world around them may shift and change, but their purpose remains constant, steady, and fully protected. And with this unshakable sense of purpose, they will move forward, leaving an undeniable impact on everything they touch. Number 5. Heightened intuition and energy to decipher deceit. As the chosen ones are elevated, their intuition is sharpened to an extraordinary level, giving them the ability to perceive others' true motives with almost supernatural clarity. It's as if their inner senses have been honed, allowing them to read between the lines and detect intentions that are hidden beneath words and actions. This gift isn't a vague feeling or a passing hunch. It's a profound awareness, a sharp clarity that strikes them immediately when they encounter someone with hidden motives. It's as if God has gifted them with a divine radar, one that detects deceit the moment it's in their presence. Consider the example of King Solomon, who was known for his wisdom and discernment. In 1 Kings 3:16-28, when two women came before him with a dispute over a baby, Solomon was able to immediately discern the truth, revealing the real mother through his wise and intuitive judgment. This type of spiritual insight isn't something Solomon could have learned. It was a divine gift given to him by God that enabled him to see beyond the surface and into the heart of the matter. Similarly, the chosen ones in this elevated state can read people with uncanny accuracy, seeing what others cannot. Where most people might be swept away by charm, flattery, or manipulation, the chosen ones have developed the ability to see past the surface with ease. They don't get caught up in appearances or sweet words. Instead, they sense what lies beneath. This heightened awareness isn't something that can be developed through study or practice. It's a deeper gift, cultivated through years of hardship, trial, and isolation. Proverbs 2:6 says, "For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding." The chosen one's ability to sense deceit is a reflection of the wisdom that God has imparted to them, a wisdom that allows them to navigate life with clarity and confidence. For the chosen ones, betrayal or manipulation can no longer take them by surprise. They are attuned to subtle cues and energies that others might overlook. This heightened intuition acts as a built-in defense mechanism, alerting them instantly when something feels off. This isn't a skill they had to learn, but rather a protective instinct that has been developed through their life experiences. It's as if their soul has been prepared for this heightened awareness, enabling them to discern the true nature of others, even when it's carefully hidden. This ability to read people with such accuracy empowers the chosen ones in ways that go beyond just protection. It allows them to navigate their purpose with wisdom and confidence, knowing that they are always steered toward the truth. John 8:32 says, "Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." The chosen ones, now elevated, are empowered by the truth, an internal compass that guides them unerringly toward what is right. They are no longer blinded by appearances or deceived by smooth talk. They can see the truth clearly, and this clarity gives them the courage to make decisions that align with their purpose. The power of this heightened intuition extends beyond mere protection. It becomes a tool for empowerment. The chosen ones can avoid toxic relationships, step away from manipulation, and protect their paths from those who don't have their best interests at heart. They are no longer vulnerable to the deceitful tactics of others because they can see through them with unwavering clarity. Just as Jesus demonstrated his ability to discern the hearts of people, as seen in John chapter 2:24-25, where it says, "But Jesus would not entrust himself to them, for he knew all people. He did not need any testimony about mankind, for he knew what was in each person." The chosen ones now possess that same ability to discern the truth in others. In this elevated state, the chosen ones are fully equipped to navigate their journey with wisdom and insight. They can sense when something isn't right, protect themselves from harm, and stay on their divinely appointed path without being swayed by external influences. This heightened intuition is a gift that empowers them to live and lead with unwavering confidence, knowing that nothing can stand in the way of their purpose when they can see the truth with such clarity. Are you ready to trust the divine guidance that leads you with crystal clear vision? The time has come for the chosen ones to embrace this power and walk boldly in their purpose, knowing that no deceit or manipulation can stand in their way. Their intuition, sharpened and clear, will always guide them toward the truth, keeping them safe and empowered in all things. Number 6, God's shielding elevation with complete spiritual protection. With this elevation, the chosen ones are enveloped in an unparalleled level of protection, one that transcends anything they've experienced before. It's as though they are wrapped in a divine cloak, a powerful, invisible shield that blocks all negativity, harm, and ill intentions sent their way. No longer will they be vulnerable to the draining energies of those who would attempt to pull them down, distract them, or derail their path. This protection is more than a mere defense. It is God's own armor, forged through his love and grace, creating an unbreakable force field around them. In Psalm 91:4, it says, "He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart." This is not just symbolic, it's a tangible shield that surrounds the chosen ones, allowing them to move forward in their divine purpose with complete confidence and security. The shield of God's protection isn't just reactive, it's proactive. This divine armor doesn't wait for threats to approach. It detects and deflects negative energy before it can even make contact. Any attempt to manipulate, belittle or undermine them is rendered powerless, as if it's hitting an impenetrable wall. Isaiah 54:17 affirms, "No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you." This is a promise of invincibility. The chosen ones are now shielded not only from direct threats, but also from the subtle, insidious attempts of others to destabilize or control them. Those who once sought to harm or undermine them will find their efforts futile, as the divine protection is both a barrier and a force that actively neutralizes any plans meant for their downfall. Think of Job, who, despite his trials, was never left without God's protective hand. In Job 1:10, Satan himself acknowledges the protection God placed around Job, saying, "Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? You have blessed the work of his hands, so that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land." Even though Job faced intense suffering, his spiritual protection remained intact. God's shield around him was his assurance that nothing could harm his divine purpose. Similarly, the chosen ones in their elevation are protected in the same way, shielded by God's divine love and power. This protection is not something the chosen ones have to consciously maintain or focus on. It's woven into the very fabric of their elevation, a divine defense system that constantly reinforces their journey without interruption. It's as though the protection is automatically activated, like an unseen force that walks with them, never faltering. There is no need to worry about constantly guarding themselves. God's protection is a constant, invincible presence that works on their behalf, allowing them to focus on their purpose, free from the distractions or interference of negative forces. What's remarkable about this divine shielding is that it doesn't isolate the chosen ones from the world. Instead, it allows them to engage fully with life, to pursue their calling with boldness, knowing that God's protection will guard them against anything that doesn't serve their purpose. This isn't about hiding away or avoiding challenges. It's about walking with the knowledge that no matter what comes their way, they are shielded by a power greater than anything the world can throw at them. Psalm 23:4 reassures us, "Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me." This means that just like David, the chosen ones are equipped to face any challenge, knowing that God's protection surrounds them. This divine shield is an expression of their worth and purpose. God has declared that they are meant to rise, to step into their destiny without fear or hindrance. With this level of spiritual protection, they are free to pursue their purpose without fear of sabotage, compromise, or defeat. Romans 8:31 tells us, "If God is for us, who can be against us?" This is the essence of divine protection, the certainty that no matter where the chosen ones go, no matter what they face or who tries to interfere, they are safeguarded by a power that cannot be defeated. The chosen ones are not only shielded, they are elevated, untouchable, and unstoppable. Psalm 91:7 promises, "1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you." This elevation is not only a divine invitation to rise, it's a guarantee that they will rise unhindered, untouched by the forces of darkness, and ultimately unstoppable. God's protection ensures they will fulfill their purpose, no matter the obstacles that come their way. Are you ready to walk boldly in the protection God has placed over your life? With His shield surrounding you, you can face any challenge, knowing that His divine armor will never fail you. Number 7. Relentless self-awareness as their new core strength. With this elevation, the chosen ones experience a profound shift in self-awareness, one that completely transforms how they view themselves and their place in the world. This isn't a temporary boost in confidence or a fleeting sense of self-esteem. It's a deep-rooted clarity, a permanent shift that redefines their very core. For the first time, they see themselves with unclouded vision, acknowledging their strengths, gifts, and capabilities with complete certainty. No longer do they rely on external validation or the approval of others to feel valuable. They've come to understand their worth from the inside out. This new sense of self-awareness is empowering in a way that no external circumstance or praise can ever provide. Psalm 139:14 states, "I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well." The chosen ones now stand firmly in the knowledge of their divine worth, recognizing that they are designed with purpose, and that purpose cannot be questioned or diminished. Gone are the days when they doubted their right to succeed or questioned their ability to achieve greatness. This new elevation allows them to move forward with purpose, decisiveness, and unwavering confidence. Opportunities no longer cause hesitation or second-guessing. Instead, they approach each opportunity with clarity and purpose, fully aware of what they bring to the table. This isn't arrogance, it's a genuine understanding of their value, a recognition that they deserve success, abundance, and fulfillment just as much as anyone else. They no longer shrink from the possibilities before them, but boldly step into them. Ephesians 2:10 reminds us, "For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." The chosen ones understand that they were made for greatness, and they now move forward with that unshakable truth in mind. This heightened self-awareness doesn't merely boost their confidence, it shields them from the traps of insecurity and self-doubt that once held them back. They no longer entertain the thoughts of inadequacy or allow themselves to shrink to meet others' expectations. The chosen ones now stand firm, knowing that their value is intrinsic and not dependent on the opinions or judgments of others. Romans 8:31 says, "What then shall we say in response to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us?" Their inner foundation is now unbreakable, and it doesn't waver in the face of criticism, rejection, or adversity. Their path becomes clearer, and their direction more focused as they embrace their true role in the world. In a world that often questions and doubts, this relentless self-awareness is not just an internal strength. It's a guiding force that drives them to claim the opportunities and abundance that align with their divine purpose. Proverbs 3:6 advises, "In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." The chosen ones now walk confidently on their path, trusting that their direction is guided by God's purpose. Knowing their worth allows them to step forward without apology, pursuing their destiny with a confidence that can't be shaken. They no longer hesitate to claim what is rightfully theirs, knowing that their success is not only deserved, but also part of God's plan for their lives. This elevation brings with it a deep understanding that they are meant to rise, fully grounded in who they are. The days of self-doubt, insecurity, and shrinking to fit into limited spaces are over. They are fearless in their right to thrive and fully aware of their ability to create the life they deserve. Jeremiah 29:11 declares, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. With this unwavering sense of self-awareness, the chosen ones are equipped to walk boldly into their future, knowing that God's plans for them are filled with hope, prosperity, and success. Are you ready to embrace this relentless self-awareness and walk fearlessly in your purpose? The time has come to rise, fully confident in your divine worth, and claim the opportunities that align with your destiny. You were made for greatness, and now is your time to step into that truth, unapologetically and with confidence. Number 8, no fear of losing people who aren't for them. As the chosen ones rise to their divine elevation, they are granted a profound clarity that allows them to discern exactly who belongs on their journey and who doesn't. It's as though a veil has been lifted from their eyes, revealing the true intentions and energy of those around them. In this new awareness, they no longer feel obligated to hold on to people who can't meet them at their newly elevated level. Relationships that once drained their energy, clouded their vision, or pulled them into distractions simply fall away. And with that, the chosen ones experience no guilt or regret in letting go of those who do not serve their higher purpose. 2 Corinthians 6:14 says, "Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness?" This isn't about arrogance or cold detachment, but about the realization that elevation requires a certain environment, one where only those who genuinely support and align with their divine purpose can remain. They've reached a point where they understand that their growth and success are too precious to be compromised by relationships that hinder or distract them. As they step into their purpose with clarity, they begin to see that not every connection is meant to last. This newfound freedom allows them to move forward without hesitation or fear of loss. In Luke's 9-62, Jesus teaches, "No one who puts a hand to the plow and looks back is fit for service in the kingdom of God." The chosen ones now fully grasp this concept. They no longer look back, nor do they regret letting go of relationships or attachments that no longer serve their highest calling. Their journey forward is too important to be weighed down by the past. This shift isn't just about releasing people. It's about releasing outdated beliefs, past versions of themselves, and any attachment that no longer supports their growth. Philippians 3:13-14 encourages, "Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it. But one thing I do, forgetting what is behind and straining toward what is ahead, I press on toward the goal to win the prize for which God has called me heavenward in Christ Jesus." With this wisdom, the chosen ones let go of everything that has held them back, clearing space for more aligned, authentic relationships, those who resonate with their mission and contribute to their elevation. The beauty of this shift is that the chosen ones are no longer held back by fear of loss. They understand that shedding what no longer fits their purpose is not a loss, but a gain, a necessary step in making room for more meaningful connections. They are actively building a circle of trust, respect, and mutual growth. Proverbs 27:17 tells us, "As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another." In this elevated state, the chosen ones seek and cultivate relationships that uplift them, challenge them, and help them grow stronger in their purpose. Every person they invite into their circle is one who brings value, strength, and support to the table. In this process, the chosen ones realize that by freeing themselves from unhealthy connections, they not only create space for new, meaningful relationships, but also honor their journey fully. They're no longer compromising their path to please others. They are choosing to surround themselves only with those who are meant to rise with them. Isaiah 40:31 says, but those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. As they embrace this clarity, they move forward with a lightness and resolve that brings them closer to their true destiny, surrounded by people who are aligned with their vision. Are you ready to release what no longer serves you, making space for the relationships that truly align with your purpose? The chosen ones are moving forward with no fear of losing what doesn't belong, trusting that their divine path will always bring them the right people at the right time. Their journey is theirs alone, and they are confident in the decision to honor it fully. Number 9. Evolved resilience built for unbreakable power. The chosen ones have faced trials that would break the average person, heart-wrenching betrayals, intense loneliness, battles with their own fears, and moments when it seemed as though the world itself conspired against them. Yet, not only have they survived these hardships, but they've emerged from each challenge stronger, more powerful, and more resilient than ever before. This elevation is not merely a reward for their survival. It is the manifestation of their transformation. It's the moment when all the pain, suffering, and sacrifice they've endured are no longer seen as burdens, but are the very fuel that drives their unbreakable strength. This strength feels almost supernatural, as if they've been tempered like steel in the fire. Isaiah 48:10 says, "See, I have refined you, though not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction." The chosen ones have been refined, forged by hardship, and now they stand as beings of unshakable power. Each battle they've fought, each tear they've shed, has only strengthened them. Where others crumble under pressure, the chosen ones stand tall when faced with challenges that would cause most to question their every step. They remain unshaken, rooted in the knowledge that they are exactly where they need to be. Romans 5:3-4 reminds us, "Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope." The chosen ones know this truth intimately. They've walked through the fire, and the result is not just survival, but evolution. Their resilience is a product of the years of real, raw experience, something not taught in books or seminars, but earned through battle and endurance. This new level of resilience is not just physical or mental, it is spiritual. It is an unwavering belief that they are meant to rise, no matter what obstacles lie ahead. They no longer question their ability to overcome challenges. They have an unshakable faith that no matter the hardship, they will emerge victorious. This level of power is not handed to them. It is a result of everything they've endured. It's been sculpted and honed through years of struggle and triumph. The pain, the setbacks, the betrayals, they have all served as stepping stones toward greatness. 2 Corinthians 4:8-9 speaks to this process. We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. The chosen ones understand this verse deeply, for they have faced these trials and emerged stronger every time. Their power is now unbreakable. It's as though they've developed an impenetrable shield around them, one that can't be broken by doubt, fear, or even external opposition. They move through life with a calm assurance, knowing that they have been tested and prepared for whatever comes next. This is not a moment of arrogance, but of quiet confidence. They are unstoppable. Philippians 4:13 declares, "I can do all this through him who gives me strength." The chosen ones understand that their strength doesn't come from themselves alone, but from God, who has equipped them with everything they need to face any trial. They now stand at the pinnacle of their resilience, ready to face whatever comes next, with the same unshakable confidence that has carried them this far. Their journey has made them unbreakable, and they know that nothing can stand in their way. Every trial, Every setback has been a part of the process, shaping them into the powerful individuals they are today. The chosen ones are not just survivors, they are warriors, equipped with the strength to take on any challenge that lies ahead. James 1:12 promises, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." Are you ready to embrace this evolved resilience and face whatever challenges come your way with unshakable strength? The time has come for the chosen ones to step into their power, knowing that they have been tested, refined, and prepared for greatness. They are now ready to rise with unbreakable confidence, knowing that nothing can stop them from fulfilling their divine purpose. Number 10, their influence will become inescapable to others. With this elevation, the chosen one's very presence begins to exert an undeniable force. It's as if their energy radiates a magnetic pull, drawing attention without them having to say a word. Their aura becomes a catalyst for change, and the effect they have on others is impossible to ignore. Even in silence, their actions or energy alone stir something deep within those around them. People can't help but feel the shift when the chosen ones enter a room. It's like the atmosphere changes, and no one is left unaffected. This isn't about seeking attention or trying to command the spotlight. It's simply the natural consequence of their elevation. When they move through life with purpose, clarity, and power, people around them can't help but feel the impact. Some will be inspired by their quiet strength, admiring the way they effortlessly align with their destiny. Others might feel a deep, unsettling envy, threatened by the chosen one's unshakable confidence and unrelenting rise. And then there will be those who feel an almost irresistible need to follow, compelled by an innate recognition that the chosen ones are walking a path of greatness that they want to be part of. This influence isn't just about the big moments or grand gestures. It's woven into the day-to-day, the subtle choices, the quiet confidence, and the consistency with which they stay true to themselves. Every move they make reverberates in ways others can't quite explain. The chosen ones become a mirror to those around them, reflecting what others are capable of but might not yet see in themselves. Whether it's admiration, envy, or a desire to align with their energy, their influence spreads like a ripple in water, touching everyone they encounter. As their elevation grows, their influence will only intensify. It will become inescapable, not because they force it, but because it's the natural byproduct of a life lived with unshakable purpose and power. The world around them will start to bend in response, whether people are ready for it or not. Number 11, new resources, not just spiritually, but tangibly. As the chosen ones elevate, the shift isn't just spiritual, it extends to the tangible aspect of their lives. The universe begins to conspire in their favor, bringing in not only the spiritual clarity and alignment they've been seeking, but also material resources that seem almost miraculous. It's as though the floodgates open and abundance flows in, uninvited but wholly welcome. Financial opportunities, unexpected windfalls, and support from communities and individuals will appear with a frequency that defies logic, empowering them to pursue their purpose without limitation. This isn't just about money, it's about everything that enables them to thrive and grow. It's emotional support, the kind of deep connection and understanding from others that fuels them on their journey. It's access to the right people at the right time, doors opening without the usual struggle or fight. The chosen ones begin to magnetize everything they need to not just survive, but to flourish, whether that's a new business opportunity, a mentorship that accelerates their growth, or even a sense of peace and emotional stability that allows them to focus on what truly matters. What's truly remarkable is that this shift isn't a temporary burst of luck. It's an ongoing, sustained flow. As they rise spiritually, they unlock the ability to manifest tangible blessings that align with their highest purpose. Their alignment with their true calling becomes so strong that the universe, in its own way, provides the tools and resources to support them: the money, the people, the support systems. It all begins to line up with a precision that feels like divine orchestration. This level of elevation makes everything possible. No longer do they feel held back by lack or struggle. Their ability to make a real-world impact grows exponentially because they now have the means to act on their purpose without limitation. The resources come, and the chosen ones step into a new realm where abundance flows effortlessly in all aspects of their lives. Number 12. An unbreakable purpose that can't be derailed. The elevation of the chosen ones is not just a change in status, it's an awakening to a purpose that is unbreakable and beyond any earthly influence. This renewed sense of purpose isn't something that can be questioned or altered. It's as if their mission in life has been etched into stone, non-negotiable and immovable, and no one has the power to sidetrack them. Where others might be swayed by opinions, temptations, or the demands of society, the chosen ones are now locked onto their path with a conviction that doesn't waver. Every trial they've faced, every moment they've questioned themselves, has only served to make this purpose stronger. They now understand that their path is protected, shielded by a force greater than anything they face in this world. They're no longer susceptible to manipulation where others might try to exploit their kindness or sway them from their goals. This isn't a phase or a temporary boost in confidence. It's a profound shift in how they move through life. They've become impervious to distractions, capable of seeing through the empty promises and hollow intentions of those who might seek to derail them. This sense of purpose isn't just motivation. It's an unyielding drive embedded deep within them. It's a knowing that they're meant for something larger than themselves, something that can't be taken away or diminished by anyone or anything. Even in the face of challenges, they'll continue forward unshaken, with an assurance that their purpose has been fortified and is fully protected. The chosen ones are stepping into a realm where their purpose isn't just a goal, but a destiny. It's their very essence. This purpose is not something that can be swayed or derailed by external forces. It is their North Star, guiding them through even the darkest moments with unwavering clarity. Where others may struggle to find direction, the chosen ones move with an absolute certainty that they are walking the path they were born to follow. What makes this purpose so powerful is that it has been forged through adversity. The trials they've endured, the betrayals they've faced, and the moments of doubt they've conquered have all served to sharpen their resolve. They are no longer influenced by the opinions or judgments of others. They no longer feel the need to seek validation or approval from the outside world. Their confidence is no longer fragile. It's unshakable because they know their mission is divine, unchangeable, and irreplaceable. And with this purpose comes an undeniable power. It's the kind of power that radiates from within, drawing people to them who recognize the strength in their clarity. The chosen ones will find that they are no longer just living for themselves. They are living to fulfill something much greater than personal success or fleeting achievements. Every decision, every action, and every thought is now aligned with that purpose, making them unstoppable. This elevation is not just about achieving personal goals or gaining recognition. It's about stepping into a role in the universe that only the chosen ones can fill. The world around them may shift and change, but their purpose remains constant, steady, and fully protected. And with this unshakable sense of purpose, they will move forward, leaving an undeniable impact on everything they touch. As the chosen ones rise to this unparalleled elevation, their transformation is nothing short of extraordinary. This isn't just a shift in their spiritual awareness, it's a full-scale awakening that reaches into every corner of their existence, reshaping their world in ways most can't even begin to comprehend. With unbreakable purpose, unyielding standards, heightened influence, and an abundance of resources, they are stepping into a reality where anything is possible, and no force can hold them back. Their journey is not for the faint of heart. It's for those who have endured, fought, and transcended every obstacle in their path. And now, the chosen ones stand at the precipice of their true power. They are not waiting for permission to rise. They are rising, and the world will have no choice but to respond. People will admire, envy, follow, or fall away, but the chosen ones will remain steadfast in their purpose, knowing their elevation is part of a divine plan that no one can derail. Isaiah 61 says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." The universe is shifting in their favor, opening doors, providing resources, and giving them the clarity and resilience they need to thrive. Those who align with their mission will be elevated alongside them, while those who don't will naturally fade into the background. This is the moment they've been preparing for, and they are ready. So, to the chosen ones, this isn't just a call to rise, it's a declaration that the time has come. You are not just surviving anymore. You are here to thrive, to make an impact, and to fulfill a destiny that only you can fulfill. The world won't know what hit it. You are a force, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Philippians 4:13 reminds us, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." If you felt the power in these words, if you know deep down that this message was meant for you, then you're not here by accident. You're here because you're ready to elevate. And as the chosen ones rise, so do we. This journey is just beginning, and you're going to want to stay in the loop as we continue to break boundaries and redefine what's possible. If this message resonated with you, and you feel the power of your own elevation, I encourage you to consider supporting this journey through a donation via Super Thanks. Your generosity, whether through donations or simply sharing and engaging with this content, is deeply appreciated. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to stay updated, and share it with those who need to hear this message. Leave a comment below to let us know how this resonates with you. We'd love to hear your thoughts. No matter what, thank you for being part of this community. May God bless you abundantly, and may you continue to rise and thrive in your divine purpose.